There are a lot of more attractive women than there are men, period. And that's why you see so many good-looking girls single. Because...
Let me show you how to catfish with this night out glam. First, I'm using the size of my brow detailer because it's the world's smallest eyebrow tip. Oh, amazing this actually is. Like, look at them little hairs. And for anyone who's got shit brows like me. Stunning. I'm carving out the top, and I'm going to do my eyes first before my base. But before that, I'm going to do my forehead foundation and contour. And then it's Professional Makeup Pro Thick Stick in the shade Cocoa. Blend that out. Obviously, we're not going to leave it. When you're highlighting and contouring, you probably already know this, but try and keep it where you put it. You don't want to, like, smush it everywhere and, like, you're going to be highlighting where you don't want to highlight. Use that brain. Bronzer, and I'm just putting it all over my crease with the stiffest brush in the world. I forgot to set my lids, so I took it off and now I've set it, and I'm going in with that bronzer again. Oh, my day is going shit already. It's not a problem, it's fine. It will easily fit. Positivity. Bit of a darker colour, just put it here. That has really lifted my eyes. Green. Oh, this is the rattlesnake pigment from Peaches and Cream. I'm not sure if they still sell it, but a lot of people don't really use pigments anymore. That is such a nice way to add colour without being like too bold. That C45 foundation, if it wants to come out, there we believe. My huge Doll Beauty brush for my huge face. Heard a lot of good things about this Max Factor concealer, and oh my god, it's actually so full coverage on the chin.
You know what I just realized? There's too many hot girls all over the internet, all over the TikTok, YouTube. It's just being a hot girl is not special anymore. It's just too many.
On the nose, Maybelline 4-in-1 Glow in the shade Medium Deep. I love this shade. A little bit different today. I'm using Peach Face from Fenty Beauty. I'm normally a pink blush type of gal. I feel like this ties in really nice with the green eyeshadow. Set the under eye with the Huda Beauty Pound Cake Powder, of course. They took the scent out of it, put it in a perfume, Easy Bake perfume. I forgot to mention this. And it smells like an elevated version of the scent from that powder, and it's incredible. It actually smells so good. Fenty Beauty Caramel Cutie Bronzer on the cheeks. I swear this is going to come together. I know I look so crazy right now, but trust the process. In the Juvia's Place Volume 6, peachy orangey shades. And do you know what? I might actually make the turn and go to the peach side. Fenty Beauty Fly Liner. There seems to be a lot of Fenty Beauty in this video, but I love them. Just not a Jordan Wynn look without a winged liner. There are ones from Tatty Lashes, and I've got some TL3s. I think I'm going to go with these ones. You can see the sparkle in between the spikes. While the glue dries on them lashes, I'm going to use my Benefit Fan Fest Mascara. It's amazing. Resetting Setting Mist from L'Oreal. Maybe a little bit of the Milk Setting Spray, just because I like the colour. I believe I've not worn Tatty Lash for ages. I've just been making do, but these make the biggest difference. I'm going to go do my hair and my lips off camera, then I'll be back with the final look. This is the final look. What do you guys think? Is your boyfriend going to give me a kiss tonight? I'm just kidding, but look, I'm obsessed.
Oh, God, I had to speed that up to 2 times, right? But I just wanted to take you through that whole process for you to understand why we are in a catfish world and why the relationship market is so disproportionately divided between women who think that they're 10s versus the average guy. This is another reason for the massive divide between how women perceive themselves and how average men don't have that so-called advantage. Because the advantage for the average man is for him to become ultra successful. I just want you to understand that. A woman's beauty is her currency. A man's money is his currency. Which one's easier to get? Put on a freaking pile of makeup made in some freaking sweatshop out of China and then slap a label on it and put a number in it and say, oh, girls, look, it's going to make you look like a freaking princess. Spend 2 hours doing this freaking makeup and you are another person. This is the world we're living in. My friends, give me a thumbs up on this video. We're going to hit hard on this particular subject today because it's really getting out of hand. And until women realize how stupid this idea is that her perceived beauty is way beyond a man's, because you keep hearing this freaking narrative every day. There's so many more beautiful women out there than beautiful men.
I've been seeing the argument, are there more attractive men or women? And as a girly herself, I feel like I have something worthy to contribute to this conversation. I think there are actually more attractive women than there are men in the world. And the data that I have to support this statement is that every time I go outside, I find myself saying, oh my God, you're so pretty, rather than, oh my God, you're so handsome. Like the sentence doesn't even feel good coming out of my mouth.
I want to show you why. Young lady, I want to show you why you feel that way, okay?
To the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
Makes sense now? If everybody is walking around with a pound of makeup, fake lashes, fake freaking wigs, Botox, etc., and men don't do that, what do you think you're going to see? The beauty industry has not become a multi-billion, if not trillion-dollar industry if it wasn't for you all thinking that your reality is the amount of freaking makeup and fake shit that you put on your faces. And it has you all so delusional, it's insane. And you wonder why it looks so skewed. So many more beautiful women in this world than there are men. No, they're not. There's not. The large majority of you women are overweight. But you've convinced a whole host of men that, hey, I'm just juicy. I'm slim thick. I'm medium thick. All of these stupid terms, you've convinced a whole bunch of men that, hey, I am sexy and I'm still desirable. And you know the reason why men feel that this fat woman is actually something that he likes? Because all of you fat ladies have conditioned men by giving him the punani enough times and really putting it on him so that he becomes addicted to the new reality that fat women are sexy. This is what's been happening. Couple that with the amount of freaking marketing that has been done by mainstream media and every other organization that have glorified overweight women to the point where men's minds are confused. You know when reality kicks in for him? When he goes to other countries where the women are not that fat. And listen, ladies, I'm not trying to freaking be insulting. I'm just trying to show you and let you understand there is a reality that you all have to admit. You have to admit it. Now listen to this little piece out of China. This is what China has done because it's become so freaking bad over there with the filters. Because not only do you all get the opportunity to freaking reshape and bend and paint your faces, you got these incredible filters that you can work with. Let's hear what they have to say.
关掉特效，关掉滤镜，
Turn off the filters, turn off the beauty mode,
关
turn
掉
off the
瘦
face
脸。
slimming.
看吧，我
See,
就长
this
这
is
德
exactly
行，别
what
跟我
I
表白
really
了
look。like. So stop
配不上你。
confusing your love for me. I don't deserve
58
it.
岁的阿姨，
This
关掉美颜，
58-year-old
关掉特
auntie
效，
turns
给
off
你
the
们看
beauty
一下我
mode
真
and
实
turns
的
off
样
the
子，你喜
special
不喜
effects to
欢？
show you
关
my
掉
real
特效，
look. Turn off the
关掉
special
磨
filter.
皮，
Turn off the skin
关
smoothing.
掉瘦脸，
Turn off the
关
slim.
掉大眼，
Jesus.
关
Can't
掉
even
美
keep up.
白，关掉微笑，关掉瘦颧骨，关掉下颌，关掉瘦鼻，
The nose
关
slimming.
掉小
The
嘴，
small mouth.
关掉口
Turn off the
红，
lipstick.
关掉白
Turn off the
牙，
white teeth.
关掉黑眼
Turn off the
圈。
dark circle
关掉法令
remover.
纹，
Turn off the
这就是
nasoplasty.
阿姨最
This is the
真
most
实的
real look
模
of
样。
Auntie.
你还喜
Totally
欢
different
我吗
person.？
关掉手机，再见吧。
Holy crap.
家人们呢，我跟你们说一个非常严重的事儿。
Brothers, let me tell you something very serious. This matter is serious to what extent? It is possible that many streamers will feel like the sky has collapsed when they hear this news. No matter whether it is male streamers or female streamers, you may ask why. Next I will reveal a piece of news. I say it is extremely likely that our relevant authorities may no longer allow live streams to turn on beauty mode. This is real. The relevant news has already been released. Now in certain sections of live streaming, it is already not allowed to use beauty mode. It is not ruled out that next all live streaming across the whole internet will not be allowed to turn on beauty mode. Then the question comes, if beauty mode is not allowed, what kind of situation will appear? Really, I am not exaggerating at all, I can conservatively say, and responsibly tell you, 90% of streamers, female streamers, will all lose their jobs. And it is not ruled out that 95% will lose their jobs.
So what has happened? China has decided that these filters are too manipulative. Men, women, they're buying products from fake individuals. And listen, what difference does it make? If you're an idiot that you want to buy a product from a beautiful woman versus an uglier woman, then that's on you. Because I can tell you, the AI models that are coming out right now that can sell products, you can't tell her to turn off her filter, can you? You can't tell the AI to turn off the filter. So why tell a real person to stop using filters? I don't get it. Maybe he says it further on here, but I don't see the relevance of it. Because in my opinion, if the government says no more filters on social media, that would have a much, much stronger impact on the social health of the population. because that's where the majority of the damage is done. The catfishing is unreal. But let's hear if he gives a reason for why China is doing this.
I say 90% only to be steady and conservative. To be honest, many female streamers, if those female streamers turn off that beauty filter, then they really cannot be looked at. It will scare the big brothers. It will scare those #1 big brothers on the leaderboard so much that they will doubt life, really slapping their own faces. Brothers, even if it is an old lady doing a live stream, once the beauty mode is turned on, she becomes just like a young girl. And those male streamers, actually many of them also rely on beauty mode to survive. I dare to stream without beauty mode, just like this, because I myself am naturally ugly. I am originally ugly. I am not afraid of others looking. And I am doing news broadcasting. I can add some comedy elements. I am not afraid of losing face. Mainly you are listening for the content. And also, only people who are ugly can act goofy, do this kind of comedy. I am already very ugly. So whatever, I am not afraid, you know. So for me, there is no impact at all.
Yeah, if you wasn't afraid, you would turn off the bloody filters. It's obviously you're using filters, brother. The point is that you fell into the same trap that a lot of these women have fallen into, which is complete and utter insecurity about their looks. Everybody wants to be a top model. Everybody wants to be in the top 10% of the world population who have that perfect cheek, that perfect jawline, that perfect skin, that perfect eyes, the lips, etc., etc. And we don't. In reality, the average individual is just that. Average. And we all have to freaking deal with it. Men, we deal with it every day. This is who we are. The best we can do is to become strong men to enhance our beauty. You can use some face wash, etc. But after that, that's the extent of what women would accept on a man. God forbid if a man came out with a wig, toupee, hairpiece, whatever you want to call them, paint in his beard, or God forbid if he put on some eyeliner or some or some colored contacts, women would laugh him to scorn. Or God forbid he put some lifts in his shoes to give him some height, doing the things that make women feel attracted to him. Because all they're doing is trying to give themselves an advantage in a world that puts beautiful people on a pedestal. But that's the way it's always been since the beginning of time anyway. I hope you guys understand the reason why we put so much emphasis on beauty. Simply because beauty defines the health of your genes. For those of you who don't know, I've covered this in quite a few other videos. A lot of people don't understand why is it that we gravitate towards certain individuals who have perfectly symmetrical faces. Because the definition of beauty is if you draw a line down the middle of your face, one side of the face is equal to the other side. If something is off on one side, then that's defined as ugly or unattractive. And even though it might be incredibly small, the human eye is designed to see these micro differences because that's what it looks for mate selection. If one of your genes are off slightly in certain areas, the facial structure, even the body structure will be slightly off. So a female or male's biology would kick in and say, that is not a good mate for me to actually pass on my genetic line because it's a defective gene in there. And it's not something that we're conscious of. It's something that we're biologically hardwired for. That's why women look for a tall man. It's not really protection she's looking for. She's basically saying to herself, if I have a baby for that taller man, my child would have an advantage. And even though she really don't want to have a child with him, her biological urge to sleep with that man, that is what's gripping her. Gentlemen, you have to always remember this, and I've written this in my book. I did a great chapter on it. Women operate under two software, biology and social influences. That biology, she cannot fight it. That is her nature. This is almost like the definition of what we call red pill. Red pill is literally us telling you the nature of woman, the biology of woman. That's technically all red pill is. But we have a social software that freaking runs on the woman that fights her biology. And these two things are always in conflict. That's the problem. When you pick her up and she looks nothing like her pics. And the thing is, a lot of these women know that they've been catfishing a lot of men. But what they're trying to do is hopefully they can have a conversation. Hopefully they can get him to love her as she is. Now, this was a skit, obviously, but most women never take off their makeup in front of men. Never.
Another makeup face bitch. I be looking at these women that people get with, and I be like, you only see them made up like this. This is not how people look, brothers.
That's terrible. I hope
Do you see that face? That is all makeup. I'm not saying she's not an attractive woman without the makeup, but I'm saying this is how the world works. You are deceived. I have so many women, I tell them, don't put on no makeup when I come over. And I've had girls refuse to let me over. I don't want to see you like that every time I see you. I want to see you. I don't want you to have on makeup and all that on every time I see you. Can I look at how you really look? And then the one girl who did, she just would not. She was like, I have to wear my hair. I cannot let you over without my hair. Corey, why are you doing this to me? I want my 200.
He's funny, man. But it's true. There's so many women that just refuse to let anyone see them without makeup, their wig, their lashes. It's gotten to that point now where women can't even be real in front of someone else. I know many women over here in Dubai like that. I know a girl right now. She suffers from what's that condition where your hair falls out? Apelegia or apelegia. I can't remember what it is, but you know what I'm talking about. It's when you lose your hair all over. So she just has patches. So she just balds her hair completely. But I have never once seen her bald. Never seen her without a wig. And I've known that woman for well over, 15 years. 15 years. Never saw her once without her wig. And her and I tight. Been over to our house many times. We chilled. No, nothing. Stop it, gentlemen. Just another expat to expat, and that's it. But I've never seen her. I've never seen her without her wig. So reality of it is, gentlemen, we don't see a lot of these women in their reality. This is how I face my tape so I appear younger. It should be how I tape my face. Okay.
This is how I face my tape so I appear younger. You have to lift up the bottom of your face, and I like to use face tape because I can't afford a facelift. So I'm lifting up my nasal blade folds and my jowls.
Wow. You know, I've seen models do this before. It's insane. It still blows my mind. A big difference it makes. Let me see how much younger. Yeah, shit, I would look younger if I got rid of my little jowls there. But you imagine, bloody taping behind your ears, trying to pull your face back. Yeah, no, it's not happening. Not happening, man. But women still come with the same freaking attitude right here.
I was having this debate with a guy friend once about who has more options, a really attractive girl, like the most attractive girl in the world, or a super rich, successful man. And my guy friend was saying that he actually thinks women still have more options, like a really pretty girl will always have more options than a successful guy. And I was arguing the opposite, that it's the man who has more options. And here's why I think this. The way I see it is that an attractive woman has more total options. So in terms of just sheer quantity, yes, a woman has more. But in terms of high quality, genuinely viable options, I think a successful man has her beat. So a gorgeous woman has quantity. Men are flooding her DMs, men are hitting her up constantly, always trying to take her out. But most of those guys aren't guys that she would genuinely date.
Yep, she's right. A successful man has 10 times more options than women. And you know what? I'm going to bring the Godfather for him to explain it here, right there in this video.
Here's the thing. High value men are rare. Attractive women are not. You're a dime a dozen.
Ask you a question.
Do we accept that though?
Yes.
And a man has to make himself high value. A woman just has to retain her value. Just not mess it up. Don't get fat. Don't run up your body count. Don't do something drastic to your looks. Just retain value. So go ahead.
There are not that many men around that women find attractive, because what men have to build himself to become is 10 times more harder than what a woman has to do to look attractive. Just stay attractive. Just don't freaking gain weight. Be nice. And men will find you attractive. It's that easy. But they have gone way overboard with the freaking makeup and the lashes and all this BBLs and all of this shit. You all now have become cookie cutters of each other. To me personally, I just don't find it attractive. We have to understand what makes someone special. Someone special basically means you're different. And when everybody looks the same, no one looks different. Everybody's walking around here in Dubai with the fish lips, the freaking lashes, the BBLs, the same. Everyone starts to look the same after a while. You walk into the gym, everyone's wearing tights up, freaking so deep up their ass crack, it looked like they're splitting them in two. The coochie just out, everything is just out, and every single woman looks the damn same. You know the ones that catch my attention? The girl that have on a nice pair of baggy pants, sweats, real sweats. That's what catches my attention. Like, wow, look at her. And she looks good. And I look at her hand, and you know what? She's married. She got that ring on. She's over there. She's conservative. She's doing her thing. She's working out hard. She's there to work out. She's not there for your freaking gaze. She's the nice one. She got her ring on. She got her baggy stuff on. She's happy as hell. But all the women that are doing this crazy thirst traps, freaking everything is just so skin tight. It literally like all of her body parts are trying to just escape. Camel toes, booty split pads in there, and you just say to yourself, nah, trying way too hard. So my friends, listen, I'm going to knock it off there. Hit that like button on the way out, my friends. Subscribe if you haven't. Please book a session if you need any help from the older man. The book is almost finished. The draft has been put up on Amazon. I'm just waiting for my international number now, my ISBN, and I'll slap that on the book, and hopefully I can get that out in the next week or so. If you still want a copy of one of the chapters, pop me over email, and of course you guys will be the first to be told that the book is ready. All right? So my friends, until tomorrow, remember, whenever in doubt, always, always ask an older man. I'll see you soon. Cheers.